Welcome to Unhinged Magi. Oh man, we're back again.
To kick you in the teeth.
That's right, because that's what we like to do, especially when we got the goods.
Yep.
Actually, this is more of a educational video about Flesh and Blood, the history. Because some of you don't believe it's a collectible card game and believe it's all pieces and that they should have for cheap.
Player pieces.
Yeah.
They specifically don't believe us when we say that the first edition was literally made for collectible and probably investing.
Exactly.
As well. That we've been saying in the comments, and all these upset Flesh and Blood people are raging at us in the comments, acting like we don't know what we're talking about.
It is not. It was made for everybody. We should all have $50 cards. That's it.
Yep. Sorry, guys. We're gonna kick you in the teeth a little bit because you are in fact wrong, and this video is gonna show it.
Yes. Shall I go to the first page, sir?
Let's go to the first page.
All
So
right.
what we did is we actually went and not that camera. There you go. We actually went and got a bunch of pages that were older pages that basically are clearly calling out what's going on. So on this one, you notice that we're about here. You might want to start at the top so they can see how old this one was made. This one might not be one of the older ones. Okay, this is 2021, October 3rd of 2021. This one's not super old. But anyways, right here, they are saying collectible first editions. Due to the game's printing practices, Flesh and Blood cards are currently quite collectible, hitting a sweet spot in which many sought-after cards for competitive play are reasonably priced, while the game also features many high-valued cards for collectors.
Oh my gosh! There it is!
This is because when each set is first released, first edition packs of each set can contain special variations of cards that feature different types of foiling. That means unlimited. That means rainbow and cold foil. However, the game is print to demand, meaning for players looking to obtain cheaper versions of cards, ignoring collectability of first edition cards, affordable options are available through unlimited versions of cards.
What do you know?
Look at that. Yeah, so that basically means right there that, they're saying it. They're talking about unlimited for players and collectible for the actual first edition. They're saying it right there. Oh, but Edwin, that's just one site. They might get that wrong.
Yeah, you don't have enough data.
You definitely don't have enough data.
Go back to the farm, buddy.
Yeah, so, okay, let's look at the next one here. So, okay, here's another one right here in set availability. Let's see when this one was actually made. If we scroll up to the top, that is September 16th of 2021, so also not very long ago for this one. So, unlimited boosters of the first 4 sets. LSS has taken a rather unique approach to set availability. As a new game, Flesh and Blood is seeking to satisfy collectors and players alike, meaning they did first edition and unlimited. Because of this, the first edition of every set is printed at a fixed quantity. Big piece.
Big there. Big piece there.
In most other games, this leads to an LGS running out of stock and prices skyrocketing. In Flesh and Blood, this only happens in the short term due to the unlimited print runs. LSS prints every single set to demand after a period of time elapses from the first edition of it. These unlimited versions of cards are printed at much higher volumes and contain the exact same cards as first edition. This means if you're looking to collect, the first edition and unique treatments of cards are the way to do so. There you go.
There you go. Players and collectors are satisfied.
On the other hand, if you're looking to play the game and you'd rather avoid inflated prices, you can simply wait for the unlimited versions to come out. So there you go. There's another set page directly talking about it, right?
That is correct. And yet, they probably say, man, you need more data. Because it can't possibly be this way because it goes against their perspective of reality.
And these are only September of 2021. So
not too long
how do you guys know that this isn't an incorrect take, that was done after the fact? Well, we've got more pages. We'll actually go show those ones too. So Flesh and Blood. This one is October of 2020. This is an entire year beforehand.
Yeah.
And limited editions coming soon. Look at that. So this is, the date is right, Al. This is right when Unlimited was first getting released.
But I don't understand. Why was Unlimited released, Edwin?
Well, because the first edition were all eaten up for the collectors that they were intended for. So, Flesh and Blood has been crafted with collectibility as a core tenet.
Wait, what?
I'm sorry.
No. I thought it was player tenet.
No. Let me read that again. Flesh and Blood has been crafted with collectibility as a core tenet. One of the ways Legend Story Studios is honoring this is by differentiating out all this verbiage. We're actually going to read this all again here very soon. And where are we going to read this actually again soon? In this page. Look at this. Okay, guys, you might notice the web link at the top. This is
actually from Flesh and Blood. Legendary Studios.
This is it, guys. This is their website. And this is August of 2020, right when they first released Unlimited Edition.
Could we be on an educational path to enlightenment?
I think we might be. I think we might be making some people angry right now.
They probably are. I bet they're texting us now.
Probably, because we're showing them how wrong they've been.
Yes.
Okay. The past months have seen an explosion in the number of players joining the Flesh and Blood community. We'd like to thank the local game store staff, distributors, content creators, and passionate fans across the world who've made this happen. The consequence of such rapid growth is Welcome to Wrath and Arcade Rising boosters have become sold out sooner than we expected. Both sets are now being reprinted in unlimited editions. Oh, well, what does that mean, LSS? Because remember, this is right when it first happened.
Those are release dates.
Okay, right here, Unlimited Edition. Flesh and Blood has been crafted with collectibility as a core tenet.
Core tenet? Oh my gosh, collectibility?
Yep, right there. Yeah, this is them saying it. One of the ways we honor this is differentiating between the first and the subsequent printings of the product. The first printings of Welcome to Wrath, which was released in October 11th of 2019, is distinguished by an alpha print badge on the back of the display box. The first printing of Arcane Rising, which was March 27th of 2020, is distinguished by a first edition badge on the back of the display box. The same is true for Crucible of War and other boosters going forward. Unlimited packaging has a red Unlimited flag on boosters and display boxes like this. And they're showing us the red. See, there's the tags. That means Unlimited. That's how you know. Okay. What is different about Unlimited Edition? Firstly, the Unlimited has black border and contains exactly the same cards as the original printing of these products.
What would that satisfy, Edwin?
That would satisfy players.
Because they get the cards cheaply.
That is right, because it is print to demand. Unlimited edition cards have improvements in color, templating, and syntax since their original printing, such as the red color strips on the WTR cards, like, the pink instead of red instead of pink, rarity badges, and added italic reminder to some text cards. What Unlimited Edition doesn't have is cold foils. See how they made that boldface?
They did. They wanted you to know that cold foils are something collectible.
Yep, they're telling you right there that part of the limited edition first edition is the only place to get cold foils. Cold foil is a special printing technique that LSS developed the application of to showcase the most special and unique cards in Flesh and Blood. We are thrilled that cold foil has been so well received by fans around the world, and we are proud to have brought this special printing technique into the global TCG stage. The presence of cold foils is a subtle but meaningful differentiation between first edition and unlimited print runs. Owning cold foil cards is intended to be a point of pride for the early adopters of Flesh and Blood, and something that collectors will chase for many years in the future.
What do they mean by chasing to many of their fears into the future? Does that mean prices might go up?
Well, Dan, what that definitely means, and they're making it super clear right here, is that the cold foils in the first edition were for collectors and will be chased by them. And they directly talk about getting, if you want to get cheaper cards, the unlimited print is for it.
Exactly.
So this whole thing that we've been telling you guys for a while, that for some crazy reason you guys rage at us in the comments about
and completely miss
is in fact, you guys are, those people that are raging are wrong.
So you can actually go and ask them at Flesh and Blood LSS. Yeah.
Yep.
I'm terrible with acronyms. But anyways, you can go ask Legendary Studios and they will tell you, yes, that's what they did. Why? Because it's on their website.
What's really funny to me is that like we've just been like just mentioning this in our videos because like we knew this was the fact. And all these people that make some even are like other Flesh and Blood YouTubers.
I know, right?
And they would reply to us in the comments and tell us that we don't know what we're talking about. Aren't we crazy? And they would argue all these points, totally looking past the fact that first edition was literally, in fact, for collecting and investing.
And it was supposed to be in a lower print run. It was supposed to be a finite run. It was supposed to be very specific and done.
Collectability as a core tenet. When people don't understand why we got upset that they overprinted first edition, that's why. Because they literally said collectability is a core tenet.
It's supposed to be a fine line of how many they print.
It's basically like they made a sandbox for all the collectors and investors to go play in that was away from all the playing cards.
Yep.
So all those evil people could like buy and sell to each other and not affect the actual gameplay.
And it was actually a beautiful concept because those evil people actually created even extra advertising as people would tweet. Flesh and Blood is so expensive. Flesh and Blood is so expensive. Even though it wasn't.
Yep.
And people would go, hey, you know what? I think I want to take a look at that Flesh and Blood because it's so expensive. I want to see it.
Yep. Now, see, you guys, I'm happy to make this video because as you might have seen, like in the comments of the last Flesh and Blood videos, we've had these guys raging and they keep on accusing us of not knowing what we're talking about. And they are dead wrong. Dead wrong. Here's the websites right here. In fact, we'll put these links in the actual video so you guys can go see these yourselves.
Exactly. We can't put them in the top links. They have to be in the show more section though.
Yep.
But yes, they will be up there. You can go look at it for yourself. You can say, wow, this is actually real stuff. Or you can say, this is fake news. That's the thing, right?
Yeah, so now that we've made this video, every time somebody starts talking about something unaware that this actually exists, I'm just going to link this video and let them go watch it.
Now they can go and even look at the article themselves, just on the Flesh and Blood website.
Yep.
And find out.
Yep.
Because that's just crazy talk.
It does.
And so would they overprinted Everfest to Oblivion? Sure. Now it's maybe considered unlimited because it's just out there.
This is basically why, you guys, it is not even in the slightest bit like evil or terrible in some way to actually collect and invest in the first edition boxes because it was from the beginning made to be something that was set aside. This is the reason. That is actually not even in the slightest bit immoral or evil. And any of you that thought that as we talk about investing in first edition and you acted like we're bad in some way, you're wrong.
Yeah, totally wrong. They wanted you to do that. Why? Because it builds the hype train.
Yep.
The hype train is free advertising.
And that's also, by the way, why it was effectively so bad for LSS to then go back on what they said here and to massively increase the print run of first edition. Because they basically told you they're not going to. By saying collectability is a core tenet. They're going to chase after these ones for years. And if you want cheap versions, you got unlimited. They said it right here.
But now they have that new product that we showed you last time or the time before last. That they have this one box and it's going to have a cold foil in it, right? It was like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that actually paints the picture exactly like why that matters. Because it's basically undermining the faith. Collectors bought cold foils with a belief, with a faith that they weren't going to be devalued and just made simple and common. But you put it into a set that's like a mass-produced dual deck set, putting cold foils in there, that basically erodes the faith that people are going to have that cold foils are going to be kept special.
And that cold foil should remain cheap because it's going to be mass produced.
That's right. And it's not just about that one card, you guys. It's, again, I'm driving this point home. LSS proved that they're no longer going to keep cold foils as rare and collectible as what they promised initially. And that broken promise is important. That is what causes people to sell.
And it is actually impacting the actual sales on the websites. You see them not moving as fast. You see them not moving in stores. You can say that there's a growing player base. That's fine. But it's still not growing past demand at all.
Yep.
You don't see that kind of trend.
And we knew about all this back when we first started making Flesh and Blood videos, and that's why we've been talking about it in this way. I don't know where you guys all went off track. That didn't understand this.
We just want you to be informed.
Yep. Okay, so that's probably it for that video, honestly.
All right. That's it for that.
We probably beat that horse dead enough, and hopefully we can leave that topic, and no one's going to argue this with us again.
I'm pretty sure they will.
Yeah, they probably Okay.
All right. And if you want to, go ahead below. We have no problem with that. It's fantastic. Hit the like button, subscribe, make a comment, or hit the thumbs down. It's okay.
Yep.
Just as long as you're
Go right
interacting
ahead.
with us.